Damn you, Ilias! What are you plotting? The rabbit works for you, doesn't she? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Look at me and tell me how this is not one of your evil designs. Hey, cut that out! You're going to break my chair like that. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Luca. You're too late. Your chair has already been crushed into oblivion by these two girls. There's nothing left of it on the screen. Ha! You're worried about your chair? If we really went at it, we could easily wipe a whole village or two off the map. Not in this state, you couldn't. Huh, don't act like you're a match for me. I'm a goddess. You're nothing in comparison. There's no difference in our powers in these forms. On the bright side, that means I can crush you here. Not a chance, Monster Lord. I'll destroy you and end your abominable bloodline once and for all. Come on, stop fighting. What set you two off anyway? I'm the goddess Ilias. I cannot suffer the Monster Lord, enemy of all mankind, to live. I am the Monster Lord Alphys the 16th. I cannot leave Ilias free to mislead people for her own amusement. I see. Monster Lord and Ilias, huh? Yeah. I guess you two can't help but hate each other. Wait, why am I taking you two seriously? Take your pretend holy war outside! Is my true strength and majesty not apparent when I look like this? No, it is not. Sorry, it's just the truth. Even an immature youth doubts my lineage. Yes, rather frustrating, is it not? I created this world and now I cannot even get the benefit of the doubt. Well, sorry, Ilias. If you want people to give you the benefit of a doubt, then stop lying so much. So, why are you reenacting the great monster wars in my house? I'm leaving today, but I'd still like it to leave the place standing while I'm gone. I have good reasons to look for a certain monster. Unfortunately, this incapable body is making a search rather difficult. There's somewhere I need to go. No human could possibly understand the situation. However, it is too dangerous for me when I am this weak. Therefore, I am in need of a traveling companion. I just happened to hear about a youth leaving from the villagers today. Back off, Monster Lord! I've had my eyes on Luca for a very long time. Yeah, for about 500 years now this plan of yours has been in the works. At least. How you know my name? Never mind, that's hardly important right now. Not that I believe either of you, but shouldn't you have countless allies and subordinates? There are too many uncertainties at the moment. I don't even know the whereabouts of my knights. It would also be dangerous to expose myself when I don't know who my allies and who my enemies are. I have to proceed carefully and in secret. I cannot contact my angels in heaven for some reason. What could that possibly mean? If Black Alice or Promestine were to learn of my present condition, I can clearly picture their delighted expressions. Surely my life would be forfeit. Oh, poor baby. I don't quite understand the circumstances, but you're both saying you want to accompany me on my travels? Don't get the wrong idea. You'll be accompanying me. You seem to be misunderstanding, Luca. You'll be serving me. Wonderful. Now what do I do? I'm not taking this goddess along with us, though. Her self-righteousness will be the ruin of mankind one of these days. No, it is the Monster Lord whom I shall not allow to accompany us. We cannot be sure of what she schemes behind our backs. You stupid petty goddess! I hate you! I hate you too! Not this again! Stop fighting, you two! Luca, come with me. That manipulative goddess won't be of any real help to you. Luca, you should come with me. You cannot count on a monster when you need it most. Looks like I'm stuck taking one of them along. They hate each other, so traveling with both is not an option. Self-proclaimed Monster Lord Alice, or the supposed Goddess Ilias. Which one should I choose? Alright, let's save. Make sure we have 2 save files. So, which one? So, for those of you who have who haven't played Paradox or have only done one route, I personally find Ilias to be the more interesting playthrough, because if you choose Alice, you end up hearing a lot of the same stuff, because it's basically the same adventure over again for the most part. But this Ilias, she knows about the original trilogy, and so she will make comments about it based on how things have changed. Alice doesn't know, so she can't make those comments. So that's why, if you have played the original trilogy, I recommend Ilias. If not, then Alice would probably make more sense for you. But as for which one I'm going to do, the answer is simple. I'm going to do... you want to come with me, right? You want to come with me, right, Luca? I will, of course, be doing... I'm going to do... both. I see. You're smarter than you appear. I'll be glad to have you along. Damn you! I won't forget about this! Like a dog with a tail between its legs. That's wonderful to hear, Luca. You have made the correct choice. More like the idiotic choice. I'll remember this. It's so appropriate to see her turn tail and run. Do not forget the sound of her cries of defeat. So, are you really the goddess Ilias? If you are, what in the world happened to make you look like that? I am, beyond all doubt, the goddess Ilias, creator of the world. As for the source of my current condition, I do not know, honestly. My memory is still all jumbled up with parts missing. It's probably a side effect of trying to stuff the soul of a goddess into such a small container. Think of it like trying to back up a large amount of data to a floppy disk. Huh? Yeah, this Ilias knows about technology. I guess today's youth don't know what a floppy is. Is that a meta joke, or as in we forgot what they are today, or is that a joke that you people in this world don't know about because it's in the future? Or maybe they never existed in this world at all. At any rate, put your concerns to rest. I truly am the one and only goddess Ilias. Yeah, you are the spitting image of her. Look exactly like you did when you visited me in the temple. I beg to differ, Luca. She is significantly lacking in several key assets here. I visited you in the temple? I mean, you are referring to your baptism earlier? Yeah? Did you forget that already? I was here the whole time, though! Was that an imposter, or... We shall have to investigate further. I do not know how far I'll make it in this body, though. Luca? I know you headed to the Monster Lord's castle for that laughable goal of coexistence between man and monster. Not this time, Ilias. Actually... Ever since the Great Disaster, humans and monsters have mostly been getting along just fine. What? You must be joking! Then why are you going on an adventure? To search for the whereabouts of my father, of course. Once I find him, we'll fight the source of the darkness in the world together. Didn't your father die a long time ago? What? No, he did not. Not this time. I thought his own traveling companion Lazarus killed him, which he did by accident in the original. Wait, my mistake? You should still be under the impression he was killed by monsters, correct? I'm not under that impression at all! My father's definitely still alive! We seem to disagree on past events, Luca. Would you mind explaining things further? Explain everything. So are you really the Monster Lord? You weren't just playing around? It's hard to believe, I know. I don't exactly look like what you'd expect. My current condition is due to some kind of sorcery, though. A regression spell of some sort made to make me look like this. The Monster Lord should be really strong, right? Who could possibly cast such a spell on you? Several days ago, someone invaded my castle. Well, it wasn't quite an invasion. More like an unexpected appearance. She changed me into the form you see now and then flew off to this continent. That's the rabbit I'm searching for. She screwed around with me and didn't say anything that made any sense. I see. So that's why you asked me about a rabbit. The Monster Lord Castle also descended into chaos at the same time. I don't know whether a rabbit caused it or if she had friends. We didn't fight, so I don't know my foe's true power. Your foe's true power is incredibly strong. She's an administrator of the world, so yeah, incredibly strong. I'm certain she's no ordinary monster. I don't know where she came from or what she wants. The only thing is the memory of our confrontation. So, this rabbit, did she have any distinguishing features? She was white-ish. Alice, with so many different monster subjects, many of them with very subtle differences between them, you should know how to distinguish monsters more readily than that. For one, her getup is crazy. Try describing that. Well, that really narrows it down. I'm not clear on why she came here of all places, but it does seem certain that she wasn't interested in killing me. So, anyway, I'm here to find that strange rabbit. I need to pick up her trail and track her down. Which brings us to you. Why are you leaving this village? Are you an aspiring hero? Just trying to make a name for yourself, perhaps? Explain everything. Yeah. Not really a natural reaction. Well, it all started from the day of my birth. When I was at a very young age. Well, it all starts before I was even born, when my father and his 3 companions left to go adventuring. Fewer than 100 years had passed since the great disaster when they set out. People everywhere were still struggling, and my father wanted to help. Interesting. So right after the great disaster? It sounds like they were similar to me as a child. During those years, many heroes marched on the Monster Lord's castle, mistakenly blaming us for the disaster. It was quite a bother. My father was probably one of them, but in the end, their adventure fizzled out. Yes, I know that part. And the priest and the magic user were slaughtered by the Monster Lord, correct? No, they weren't slaughtered at all! All four of them returned to the village. Huh? They survived? All four of them made it back alive, at least. Uncle Lazarus hurt his right arm and had to give up being a soldier, though. After that, Karen, the priest from their party, had a daughter named Sonia. Karen died, and Uncle Lazarus started taking care of her. Skip the boring details and continue the story. Oh, you don't want to know about Luca's family dynamics? Fine. Anyway, in the original trilogy, Karen died before she could have a child. Alright, sure. So then my father met my mother and I was born. Your mother's name was Lucifina, correct? Yeah, but how do you know that? I'm the goddess of Ilias, of course. And also is, depending on how you want to go with your definition, she's also your grandma, Luca. Please continue your story. Shortly after, he left on another trip by himself. He hasn't been heard from since. Yeah, he wasn't filled with rage and revenge this time because none of his party died. This time he had a grander purpose. He left with a newborn baby at home? What could possibly have driven him to do that? I don't really know. Uncle Lazarus and the rest of the village tried their hardest to stop him, I've heard. He went on another journey? Was that part of his activities with Ilias Cruz? Doesn't exist in this world, Ilias. I've never heard of Ilias Cruz. He simply said the world was being covered in darkness when he left. Come to think of it, that's exactly what Ilias told me in the temple just now. It's too strange to simply be a coincidence. Lucifina did not stop him from leaving? I can't believe he would leave his wife and child behind. It's not like my father abandoned us. He left to protect the world for our sakes. That's what I want to believe, at least. Father, what are you really fighting for? That brings us to today. I'm going to find my father and help him in his fight. Interesting. The child follows in the footsteps of the father, which is something specifically Luca did not want to do in the previous one. Some of this is not lining up correctly. What could have possibly caused all these discrepancies? So let me get this straight. Ever since that big disaster, many strange events have occurred? That's right. There are unusual things happening all over the world these days. It seems clear that something bad is on the horizon. Strange events, my father's journey, I feel like they're all connected for some reason. Because the Ilias who appeared to me in the temple said the very same thing about the world being covered in darkness. What could she have meant? Ilias descended from heaven? I was fighting with her during your baptism. With that tiny Ilias? What's going on? She has a similar appearance and air about her. I'm still not convinced she's the real deal. She's the real deal, just from, you know, a different world. And girl calling herself Ilias doesn't know anything about that either. What in the world is going on here?
To be honest, I haven't a clue. My memory is full of gaps for reasons I do not understand.
It's because you are not a complete person anymore. You're only a part of what you used to be.
Even the Monster Lord is running around in a familiar predicament. The only thing clear is that something unusual is going on in this world.
If even the goddess Ilias doesn't know.
Anyway, I think I understand your circumstances now. You're leaving to search for your father.
I cannot abandon those in need during these difficult times either. I'll look for my father and help anyone in trouble along the way. But you said my father was dead. It's possible you're remembering that incorrectly, isn't it? She also said 2 members of his party had died on the way, which I know never happened.
There's nothing wrong with what I remember. If something is amiss, it is this world, not me.
I'm sure my father is still alive. There's never been any doubt in my mind about that.
Anyway, shall we depart? Our first destination is Iliasburg, just north of here, right?
Yeah, that's where I plan to go. I want to purchase better equipment there first.
Excellent. Iliasburg it is then. We shall decide where to go once we are there. Alright, let's go! Protect me with your life.
Ilias joined the party. The goddess's slave.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask you why you think it is proper to speak to me so casually. I am your goddess!
But you look younger than I do!
You have done nothing but talk down to me this entire time. Women should look up to their goddess.
Well, if you consider our height difference...
Shut up! Show me some respect!
Alright, I'm sorry. Yeah, Ilias is quite the bitch at the start. She definitely gets a bit more mellowed out, but at the start she is a bitch.
So, after disappearing for the last 30 years, Ilias appeared to warn us of a crisis, and said she calls you the unblessed hero, right?
Better than fake hero, I guess.
These are certainly signs of something major. I can't imagine that rabbit isn't related to all this about...
Oh, she's very related to it. She's trying very hard to stop it.
Alright, well, I understand your situation now. I have a feeling I can trust you as well.
Sure, thanks. I think you're telling me the truth too. And she's telling the truth that makes her the actual Monster Lord. Wow. Well, I guess I'll learn more as we travel together. And Luca's going to have the benefit of actually having Alice do shit during this trip. Unlike in the original, where she did close to nothing until part 3.
Anyway, nice to meet you, Alice.
Nice to meet you too. Ah, the destined pair are reunited. Alice joined the party.
Let's begin this journey. First, we need to get our information about the rabbit in a bigger town than this.
In that case, we should head north to Iliasburg. I was thinking of buying some better equipment there anyway.
I'm looking forward to Iliasburg's famous Amadongo.
Huh?
The village chief asked me to stop by his house before I left. I suppose I better tell him bye. You're surprisingly dutiful. Well, whatever. Let's grab some tea cakes for the road at least.
Alright, let's do a save. and another save, because there are actually 3 different paths to this game. At least partially. Through part 2, there are 3 different paths. 1 involves just leaving.
The village chief asked me to stop by before I left. I imagine you owe him at least that much. It doesn't matter to me either way, though.
Forget it. The third way is the Sonialess run. Not to be confused with the third way for part 3. Whatever, he's just an old geezer. So, first thing of note for the Sonialess run is you don't get the Pocket Castle, which means you cannot capture monsters. Which means there is very little point in doing a lot of the side quests. But anyway, we shall cover that in more detail later.